Dirt was made. It's Comics and Shots, a completely improvised semi-comedic music by Howard Stern's Mick the Nerd, aka YouTube and TikTok's Mick the Man, aka Mick the Maverick, aka a guy who's rewatching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Still holds up. Today's subject, the Clayface problem. The gigantic freaking Clayface problem. I want to ask you, how many Clayfaces do you think are in the main DC canon right now? Not one. Not two. It's 4. Including Lady Clay. Lady Clayface. She goes by both. That wasn't a stutter that time. She goes by Lady Clay and Lady Clayface. Kind of more of a super criminal than super villain. That's neither here nor there. And you got Matt Hagen. You might remember him from Batman the Animated Series, whose origin was more like Basil Carlo, actually. And Preston something. I think in the original comics he's the one with the melt fingers, but I forget. And I bring this up because in Detective Comics around 2015, Basil Carlo Clayface started going on a redemption arc. You know, like, hey, Clayface, it's me, Batman. You don't gotta be bad. You can be good. Use your shape-shifting powers to, I don't know, punch a angry police horse. I don't know, I'm high. Batman does drugs sometimes. Look it up. And yeah, you know, it was fun. Like not Batgirl at the time. Cassandra Cain bonded with them. It was really nice. And faked his death, but he would still hide to help out the Bat family. And then in one random fucking comic, he decides to go bad again. Let's just erase all that goddamn character development because we need to make this one shape-shifting goddamn Clay superhero a supervillain again. Because it's not like we already have 2 other goddamn male Clayfaces that look exactly the same and are a bad guy. We do! Is what I'm saying. And it's weird. Why is Basil bad again? It makes no sense. Ugh. And it's stupid because, with like Killer Croc, with like Killer Croc, it's the dumb idea that, Batman doesn't have a reptile villain other than the Croc, so we gotta keep him bad. First off, Batman doesn't need to keep fighting the exact same archetypes. A villain can retire and you can just replace them with a completely different villain. But secondly, this is even more stupid because Clayface does have replacements. 2 of them. Technically 3. Lady Clay. I forget if she's like evil or just chaotic, like chaotic neutral, lawful neutral, some sort of neutral. I don't think she's that evil now. She's something. She went to jail. Definitely a criminal. I'm not sure where she lies. Basil, though, was starting to be lawful good. But then one writer decided to just forget that he's supposed to be a good guy and have him switch sides again because DC Comics. Ugh. This is a major problem with the big 2. Sometimes it feels like those of us who follow the long-standing stories aren't rewarded enough when characters just randomly change at the drop of a hat. Characters randomly disappear for no explained reason. Characters will just, I don't know, break up off panel. And you don't even say why. Ugh. If you think I'm complaining about Tim and Steph, I'm complaining about Hawkgirl and Martian Manhunter. Tim and Steph getting back together was fan service. There, I said it. Ugh. Ugh. But yeah. Basil Carlo, I hope you reveal to be deep undercover or something. And they just let you be Batman's cool shape-shifting actor friend. If not, I'm still enjoying the modern stuff for the most part, but I miss my Clay buddy. Yeah. With that, like, comment, and subscribe. donate if you're feeling nice, share it with a bear, and always remember, praise be to the blood elk, fear the stabbopotamus, and death the Kronos. Seriously, I don't have anything against Tim Steph shippers, but, like, I feel bi rights kind of matter than a ship becoming canon again after in the original story they broke up for years. And only now, they got back together in Young Justice, for God's sake. Young Justice. Not the real one, Brian Michael Bendis' Young Justice. I'm sorry, but that was fan service. My 2 cents. It's why I wasn't hurt that much when Tim and Steph broke off panel, but I'm still understanding because off-panel breakups do still suck. It could have been done better. God, that was a micro rant back there. Ironically, though, Tim and Steph's off-panel breakup, which, made no sense, was, because they had to, add that. I understand why it happened, because they wanted him to come out as bi, but DC was never going to let it happen, so they full-on forced the story. Yeah, I really hope that we progress into a society when writers feel that they don't have to force stories through editorial, getting things by, and just have bi superheroes, and have it not be a thing. Also, for John and Jay, the other superhero that come out that year is bi, to just have some goddamn romance drama, something. Even Bernard Dowd and Tim, it's Bernard's just constantly getting into shit, not knowing that his boyfriend's a superhero. It's a whole thing. Also, I'm not a Bernard hater. This is originally just supposed to be about Clayface, but this kind of evolved into something all sorts of fucking nonsense that it is. I'm gonna do my all sign a second time in a bit. And seriously, for you die-hard Tim Steph fans, I understand. You wanted them to get back together for years, but for the love of God, people break up, actually. Them getting back together, just because their memories were reinstated from the early timeline, it feels like they got those memories back, but forgot about all the parts that led to them breaking up and everything. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know about that, and I'm okay with Tim dating Bernard. Also, some of y'all are weirdly anti-Bernard in the creepiest ways possible, just outright hating on this fictional character, and you claim it's just because you're saying that this is somehow biphobic, but there's some biphobic tones to you. It's just odd, is all I'm saying. Ugh. Subject of John and Jay, though, a lot of people think Jay's the boring one, but honestly, I feel John's the more boring one. Tom Taylor was clearly saddled with John Kent, and I applaud him for trying to make him interesting by having him be bi and have a, anti-hero boyfriend. But I feel that wasn't enough to make the character interesting. Recently, John Kent was kidnapped by Amanda Waller, brainwashed, stripped of his entire identity. And I feel that will be the best character development he's gonna have in years, because, dear God, writers are afraid of writing for that character. It's insanity. Yeah. Will Clayface be written better soon? Will Clayface be written as a better person? Will John Kent have a better story? And will Tim Drake get, less controversial across the fandom at large? Among the legitimate bisexual critics who feel him dumping his girlfriend to be with a boy is biphobic, to the fake bisexual critics who pretend to be bisexual just to sneakily shit-talk a queer comic. They exist. You know who they are. And the people who just wanted Tim Steph together. It's a whole thing. I don't know. I do not know. Still stand by the fact that Tim and Steph getting back together was pure fan service, though. It was not written well. Brian Michael Bendis just wanted to take credit for it. He seems like a nice person, but he just wanted to take credit for, like, hey, fan service. I don't know. With that, a second time, like, comment, and subscribe. Donate if you're feeling nice. Share it if you air it with a bear. And always remember, praise be to the blood elk, fear the stabopotamus, and death the Kronos. You really should just sip whiskey in general. Tonic shots is, it's not really necessary. Even if I don't have even if my throat gets better, I probably just go back to sipping shots. I don't know. I do not know. Hope you enjoyed this long episode. Yeah.